Hi boys and girls, welcome to Art Time with Mrs. Kine, and today we are making texture ice cream cones. So get your supplies ready and let's warm up our hands and be ready for art. Let's rub our hands together. Let's get them all warmed up. Let's open and close our hands and open and close our hands. Roll our wrists one way and roll our wrists the other way. And let's be ready to do art today. All right, so today I'm going to start with an ice cream cone stack with different textures. Now this assignment or this drawing that we're going to do today is a little different because what I'd like for you to do is to fill it in with different textures, maybe some surprising textures for ice cream, and you choose what you're going to do. I'm going to give you some examples today and you can use my examples or you can come up with your own, but I'm going to make an ice cream stack right in this part of my paper. And I'm going to start with the top, which is the first ice cream scoop, and work my way down. Because if you look at pictures of ice cream, they're stacked on top of each other, and ice cream kind of oozes off onto the next one and then hangs out over the cone. And if I worked from the bottom up, it would be a little harder to show that. So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to do a stack of 3 scoops. So we're going to start at the top of our paper and make this circle shape. And if you ever look at an ice cream scoop, it kind of has this that kind of sticks out over the edge. And that's kind of the scoop. So then underneath that, we're going to do another scoop of ice cream. It's going to kind of come up on either side here. And we're going to make this one kind of sit down on here a little bit more. We're going to have another scoop of ice cream. It's going to come here. And then we're going to have another scoop. And notice the top of these is not perfectly round because I've got a scoop. I can do this little part here that shows it sitting on top of ice cream. And then that comes off of a cone that we're going to put right here. And we're going to kind of make the scoop stick out here. So in the bottom, I know my cone shape is going to kind of go like this, because remember a cone is round, so it's slightly rounded, it's not perfectly straight. And I'm going to do that pattern right here to show my ice cream cone. But then I said we're going to do different textures and they're going to be a little surprising. So I'm going to make the first scoop bricks. So we're going to have a brick scoop of ice cream. Doesn't sound very appetizing, does it? But a brick shape is just small rectangles. So we're going to start with this first row and make rectangles go this way. And you can kind of see a little bit at the top here, but not a lot. Then the next row, what you want to do is bricks stack on top like this, where the middle of one brick, or the end of one brick is in the middle of the brick on top of it. They're staggered, makes them stronger when you build with bricks. So that is how you're going to show that. But remember, this is a rounded shape, so now I'm going to start rounding them a little bit more. And the top of it's going to be a little straight, but now they're going to kind of, my lines are going to start to round a little bit. It's going to start to follow this. So right here, I'm going to have this come up on the side a little bit more. It's a little tricky. I bet you can do it though. And keep adding your bricks. Okay, so the next scoop of ice cream, this is still my brick scoop, so we want to add some bricks here. My next scoop of ice cream is going to be a hairy scoop. And so hairy scoops are going to be little short lines that kind of come off of it like this. And you're going to just make that texture come off. And you're just going to kind of add them. And you also want them to kind of stick out of your ice cream cone a little bit. But they are short, straight lines like this. A hairy scoop of ice cream, what do you think about that? Doesn't sound very good, does it? Not really. Say no, Mrs. Kime, not so much. So we're gonna add this hairy scoop of ice cream right here. And then the last one is a cactus scoop of ice cream. So a cactus, we're gonna follow this round shape, and it has lines like that that come out of it for the little. I'm gonna go this way. Cactus is a rounded shape. And you're gonna add the little needles that come off the cactus. And we're gonna add it right here, and right here, and right here, and here. So you go ahead and add those little and there you go. There is a textured ice cream stack. Doesn't look very appetizing, does it? But it's a lot of fun to make. Well, then you want to go through and you want to add some color to it. So I'm going to go ahead and add some red for my bricks because I want them. Now a trick you can do when you're doing this is that you can go back and layer your colors. And I want to show you what that looks like. You can add a little bit. You don't even have to color the whole square brown. If you would like to add this is up to you. But I'm going to add a little bit of brown, and it makes it give it a little bit more dimension. It looks a little more realistic. We've also talked about some shading. So you could also take your gray crayon and kind of go in this white area in between a little bit, and you can add some shading in here using a gray crayon. And that also makes it look a little, and especially on the sides, you could add a little bit of a shadow here, and and you can do that around the edges of the scoop, and in the part that's in the back, you can add that. Now you have to decide what color your hairy scoop is. If you did a hairy scoop, I think I'm going to make a pink hairy scoop, because why not? Bubblegum flavored hairy scoop of ice cream, right? That's a lot of fun, isn't it? I'm gonna make that. And it's the same thing. I can fill it in with the pink, and then I can take that gray crayon and I can add some shading on the sides. We've talked about that, but you can add a little bit of gray to the sides, and it makes it look a little, and at the top especially, because remember there's a scoop sitting on top of this. So it's going to create a shadow up here. And it's going to create a shadow right around in here too. And you can add some of that shadow to it. And then our cactus, I think I am going to make that green. I think I'm going to keep that just because I really do want that to look more like a cactus. So I'm going to layer my greens a little bit. And I am going to make that a green cactus color. And cactuses sometimes have little red flowers, so I think I might just add a little bit of that in here too, because there we go. And for my cone, this is where I'm gonna layer again. I'm gonna put it brown, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow. I like to layer my crayons a lot, as you all know. If you've seen my videos, you know how much I like to do that. And you can go ahead and finish adding color to yours. You get the idea of having to do a textured ice cream cone. I'm not so sure I'd want to go order this, but it is a lot of fun to make. It's unexpected art, isn't it? Don't forget to sign your name, but make sure you sign your name, not my name. And I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoyed our textured ice cream cone lesson. And I will see you next time on Art Time with Mrs. Keim. Bye-bye.